Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
And now at 10, we begin with the forecast. Hope you enjoyed that stretch of moderate summer weather. Mother Nature is cranking up the thermostat again, and that's why our team has issued a weather impact alert over potentially dangerous heat and the chance for storms later in the week. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10 tonight. I'm Brent Harden. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank has the latest now. So, Rach, how warm do we expect to get tomorrow?
Tomorrow near 90 degrees, so kind of reasonable, although it still might impact your day, which is why we have issued this alert. But then by Friday, it feels like between 95 to near triple digits. So we're going to be sweating out there. And yes, we are also tracking the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head through Friday afternoon and Friday evening. So a lot of things to monitor in the days ahead. But in the meantime, today was just absolutely stunning. We had that relatively low humidity, comfortable temperatures. Overnight lows will be in the 60s to right around 70 degrees. And then tomorrow, we'll get off to the races. Lots of sunshine by noon. Temperatures are already in the low 80s, and we'll see high temperatures in the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. The heat index, though, will be between 90 to about 95. So keep that in mind as you're out doing your thing, especially if you work outside. And for the shoreline temperatures, we're thinking middle 80s as we head through the afternoon tomorrow. But it gets even hotter as we head into the day on Friday. And we also have that threat for thunderstorms in the afternoon, especially between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. We're going to talk more about that storm threat and what's to follow. Your full forecast is coming up, Brent.
All right, Rach, and as the mercury rises, stick with the Fox 61 Weather Impact team for hour-by-hour updates. Keep up with us on air, online, on the free Fox 61 News app, and streaming anytime on Fox 61 Plus. We have new details tonight in a deadly crash dating back to last September. State police say a man faces charges now in connection with the death of a well-known pastor and chaplain. Fox 61's Tim Latow explains what could be next for the suspect.
A suspect in a nearly year-long investigation has now turned himself in after allegedly hitting and killing a motorcyclist. That motorcyclist was a chaplain for the Connecticut State Police, as well as for the Cromwell Fire and Police Departments.
Fatal motor vehicle accident investigations are very lengthy. There's a lot of moving parts that are involved in terms of conducting that investigation and doing our due diligence in order to establish probable cause for cases like this where we are going to have charges.
Sergeant Luke Davis with the Connecticut State Police explained just how much has gone into the investigation into the crash that claimed the life of Reverend Dr. Paul Krampitz. Krampitz was killed while riding his motorcycle last September on Route 9 in Berlin. State police say the suspect, 25-year-old Gabriel Figueroa of New Britain, collided with Krampitz after drifting out of the lane he was driving in.
The collision analysis reconstruction squad will come out and they will help with scene mapping as well as scene photographs that will actually reconstruct that scene to show exactly what happened.
State police say Figueroa didn't stop his vehicle after the crash, but troopers say he eventually came back to the scene later that day and was later taken into custody for questioning. State police reported Figueroa had been cooperative in the investigation. He turned himself in Wednesday morning after a warrant had been issued for his arrest on 2 charges: negligent use of a motor vehicle resulting in homicide and evading responsibility. Because he initially left the scene of the crash, the state says Figueroa faces an additional 20 years in prison as a result of the split-second decision he said he made out of fear.
There is a sense of closure for every single one of us. I mean, Chaplain Krampitz was very well liked and respected for the service that he provided to the state police, as well as his peers with the other chaplains statewide.
Sergeant Davis says Krampitz will be remembered not only by first responders, but also by the lives that he touched in their most vulnerable moments.
Services that our chaplains are providing is immense. Not just for the sake of helping us as first responders when we're dealing with extremely traumatic incidents, but also that service that they can provide to victims and even witnesses.
Figueroa appeared in court Wednesday morning, and he's now out on bond. In Tolland, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
We now know a man from New Haven died in a crash on I-95 South in Stonington this morning. State police say Sean Toomey was riding his motorcycle when he collided into the back of a tractor trailer. The crash shut down the highway for several hours between exits 91 and 92. State Police Troop E is still investigating what led up to the crash. And an update now on a deadly shooting investigation in Hartford. After months of searching, police have arrested a suspect in an April homicide. 38-year-old Denton Young of Windsor Locks is now charged in the case. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Hartford with the new details.
50-year-old Michael Coleman was found shot in the stomach on Vine Street back on April 1st.
What's going on? They just got somebody got shot.
In a video taken by a neighbor sent to us back in April, you can see the moment first responders found Coleman after he was shot.
Somebody just got shot.
In that car,
Yes, baby.
After the shooting, police say the suspect, now identified as Denton Young, drove away in a black car. Coleman was quickly taken to a local hospital.
EMS got here pretty quickly, did what they could to save his life, and bring him to a hospital, local hospital, where he was unfortunately pronounced deceased.
At a press conference the night of the shooting, Lieutenant Aaron Boisvert with the Hartford Police Department said there were several pieces of evidence left at the scene, including shell casings. After an investigation, police took Young into custody Wednesday morning. He was taken to the Hartford Police Detention Facility for processing. The suspect is being charged with murder and is being held on $2 million bond. In Hartford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Well, Hartford has a number of abandoned properties, among them the former St. Augustine School on Clifford Street. Since it closed down in 2016, people in the Berry Square neighborhood say nothing has been done to it. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot spoke with people on the concerns they have about this blighted building.
Broken windows, graffiti on the brick wall at the former St. Augustine School in Hartford are just some of the many complaints neighbors say they have brought to the city. They are calling on something more urgent to be done.
It's often break into by, kids in the neighborhood or whoever it is that wants to get in there. But it is sad to see this building just sit here and be like this.
In 2016, St. Augustine School on Clifford Street closed its doors. Shortly after that, it was purchased by Schmel Eisenberg. But people in the community say he hasn't done anything to the property since.
The guy came in, cleaned it out, the asbestos, and left the windows open. All right, so we thought maybe he's just airing it out. Well, he's been airing it out for the past 5-6 years.
I wish they'd do something about it. I wish they'd fix it up or do something with it, but it's an eyesore for at the moment,
Yeah. Elmer Serrano has lived on the street for 40 years and even attended St. Augustine's. But since it's been vacant, he says it's an eyesore.
There's a lot of drugs and stuff that's going on. There's a lot of homeless people that are going into the building. There's young youth kids that are running in and out of it. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Who knows what they're doing, but I feel like it's bringing the property value down.
Hyacinth Yenny, the chair of the Maple Avenue Revitalization Group, has been advocating for years that something be done about this building.
We are tired of looking at it like that. I've spoken to the mayor, and the mayor said, hopefully we can do something, maybe August, who knows, foreclosing it.
You hear constantly breaking windows, they're doing they're spray painting, you hear all kinds of stuff. They start fires inside of it to warm up in the wintertime, and stuff like that. So I've seen it all because I literally live across the street. So
Yenny wants to see the building turned into apartments. She says that was the plan when it was bought.
He needs to give this building over to the city so we can do what we want to do, okay? Because we have great dreams by having decent housing, beautiful building, beautiful structure, but look at it, it's falling apart.
Yenny believes people have to put more pressure on developers when they buy properties in the community so they don't end up blighted or abandoned. In Hartford, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Well, the city of Waterbury is giving Union Station a multi-million-dollar makeover. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi spoke with riders and residents about why this project matters.
The historic Waterbury Union Station has seen it all over the decades, and now city officials say it's time for a major facelift that would include a new platform, new technology, and a new safety system. The city of Waterbury has been given the green light to move forward with a much anticipated improvement project to the iconic Waterbury Union Station.
Awesome to hear it because the city needs it, especially us commuters that ride the train.
The Connecticut Department of Transportation and the city of Waterbury say the $20 million project will include a number of renovations, like a new station platform, upgraded ADA accessible areas, a new ticket kiosk, and a high-tech security system. Daniel Wiggins moved to Waterbury a couple of years ago and has been riding the train at the Waterbury station ever since.
You know, being able to have a better platform where there's bathrooms, shelter when the winter comes and everything else, you know, so it's a great new addition. I'm glad they're doing that.
In addition to those improvements, city officials say the southern part of the Republican American building will be transformed into a waiting area that will look just like this, with seating and restrooms to improve travelers' experience. Officials say this is just the beginning of major changes coming to all train stations along the Waterbury line, something commuters are in favor of moving forward.
This is one step towards the better of the community and everything else, so let's keep our fingers crossed for more updates to the city, more things to the city that's going to upgrade it for us who live here.
Now, according to the Connecticut Department of Transportation, the project is expected to be completed by 2027. In Waterbury, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
A growing number of major hospitals are ending gender-affirming care for minors, and as of tonight, that includes here in Connecticut. Connecticut Childrens confirmed in a statement within the last hour it will wind down its gender care program for patients under 19. The hospital says the decision came after months of review and was guided by both medical and legal experts. The program served transgender and gender-diverse youth. Connecticut Children says they'll work closely with families as they begin to phase out this care.